At this point, I will turn it over to you, Minister Ewasko, and welcome you here today.
Thank you, Alan, and good morning, everyone. I am absolutely more than honored to be joining you today, and some of you have had the pleasure of meeting with you virtually a couple weeks ago with MSBA chairs, I guess, and Alan, and of course, Josh and his executive team. And so to those of you who do not know me, I'm Wayne Ewasko, and I'm again more than honored to have been appointed early January as the Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning. And I look forward to exploring the important synergies between education and early learning. And I certainly look forward to working with all of you. I would like to first acknowledge and take a moment that we here in Manitoba reside on Treaties 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lands, which are the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and of course the homeland of the Métis Nation. I am pleased to be able to bring greetings today at the 58th annual convention of MSBA MSBA. This year's convention's theme, Strong Today, Stronger Tomorrow, and Strongest Together, is now more than ever a timely one. It is only by working together that we can shape a fairer, more inclusive education system for all Manitoba students. I recognize it has been more than a challenging number of years as we have all learned to navigate through the pandemic. As an educator, I understand firsthand the dedication of educators working at all levels of the system for our students. During the pandemic, they, along with school staff, principals, parents, students, administrators, and boards, have worked tirelessly to keep schools safe and open. Yes, even through the 1 in 50 some odd year snowstorms that we've been having this year, and cold spells as well. And I'd like to thank all of those individuals for their critical work. These efforts have kept schools safe and open and allowed our children the ability to continue to learn. With the changing public health situations, we are pleased to see restrictions lifting and turning them over to recommendations, and the ability to return to more of a normal operations with our schools. Learning to live with COVID means we all will have to continue to practice the fundamentals of public health, supporting our students, families, and staff on an ongoing basis as part of our government's post-pandemic planning remains a #1 priority. As Alan had mentioned, there's a few things that we've learned over the last couple of years in regards to COVID, and it hasn't all been bad. Many things that we as educators and school boards and trustees have been teaching and preaching for years and years and years. You know, many of the fundamentals over the last couple of years, I think we've all learned some really good habits, and I think hopefully the majority of them stick with us over the years. Also, you know, when Alan mentioned in regards to some of the hard decisions that school administrators, division administrators had to make even as early as this morning with the cold weather or the snowstorms or whatever else. I mean, it gives us the opportunity to continue with your meetings, with your convention virtually, and have hopefully a little bit of a hybrid model, and then maybe even, you know, next year get to a more in person. And for those of you that cannot travel, would be able to still go ahead with the online system. As you are all aware, Manitoba government established a commission back in 2019 to undertake a comprehensive independent review of the kindergarten and grade 12 education system. And I know personally, and many of you know this as well, a royal commission had not been done on education since the mid-50s. In March of 2021, the final report was released, and government also released its response, which included a commitment to engage and listen to the sector. Throughout the engagements, we've heard a lot of feedback about equity, diversity, and local representation. We heard from Manitobans that change in education is absolutely needed. We heard about the importance of building upon our strengths and continuous improvement. We heard how Manitobans want a system that is accountable for results and ensures all students have a chance to succeed, regardless of where they live in this great province of ours. A strong commitment does remain to improve and strengthen education in Manitoba, in partnership with our education, I say partners, but many people say stakeholders. We'll be sharing more information in the coming weeks on how we plan to move forward to implement the Commission's recommendations. School division leaders play a vital role in the journey towards a more equitable education system. We appreciate your engagement in the education funding consultations, a process that is intended to create a more equitable education funding model. The Commission was clear that all educational partners must work together, including government, school divisions, schools, students, families, and communities, to implement the recommendations successfully. We are committed to ongoing collaboration and engagement. We want to emphasize strengths of the system and ensure all students have equitable opportunities, again, whether they're in rural, northern, or within our various urban centers. By working together, we can realize our vision where all Manitoba students succeed. Again, no matter of their backgrounds or their individual circumstances. I commend the Manitoba School Boards Association for hosting this convention with a thought-provoking panel discussion, the presentation of awards, and the opportunity to elect new representatives. To those seeking re-election in the upcoming fall, I wish all of you good luck. To those of you that are not seeking re-election, thank you for your service over whether it's just this one term or various or multiple terms. I also want to extend my sincere thank you to you. Thank you to your dedication to education, community service, and I wish you all a very informative, productive, and enjoyable convention. Thanks, Alan and Josh, for the opportunity.
Thanks, Minister, very much for your remarks. Very happy to have you join us here today and looking forward to more conversation in the days and weeks and months ahead.